Last year, more people died from drug abuse than did in car accidents. Seeing that almost 100 people die daily from car-related accidents, it's crazy to think you'd be safer on our roads than you would when it comes to drugs, which when used correctly impact our medical system and heal people more than we could ever imagine. Not only do Kole and I both have personal experience with friends and family having issues with drug abuse, we've done extensive research on how certain areas of our society have affected drug abuse and all of us in society. As American citizens, we need to become more aware of the issue of drug abuse and the issues that contribute in our society to this. We do this by donating to not only local treatment centers, but also voting on upcoming legislature that involves drug laws and reform. So first we will talk about give a background on drug abuse and what it is. Second, we will look at the legal aspects of drug abuse and issues there. And lastly, we will touch on treatment and possible solutions there. So drugabuse.gov defines drug abuse as a chronic relapsing brain disease that's characterized by compulsive drug seeking and usage despite harmful consequences. So most drugs abused deal with raising dopamine levels, which can lead to addiction. Now this deals with the brain's reward circuit and also controls our body's ability to feel pleasure. And these can lead to symptoms like mood swings, confusion, depression, and even hallucinations and suicidal thoughts, not to mention the already negative impacts of putting chemicals into your body. Now that we know what drug abuse is and how it can impact us, Kole will talk about the statistics and demographics impacting our society.
All right, thank you, Jesse. Over the past few years, the use and distribution of illicit drugs has taken a sharp increase. In our area alone, the number of drug cases submitted by the state crime lab have increased by 26% in the last 3 years, as stated by North Dakota Attorney General Wayne Steinem, reported July 1st, 2016, in the 2016 Comprehensive Status and Trends Report. During that same time period, meth use by adults almost doubled, increasing from 21% to 39%, with heroin use in adults increasing from 1% to 6%. An increase in abuse like this has many negative impacts on the community, such as how it brings more crime to a community and also brings numerous health concerns. So with the problem of drug abuse on the rise, it is not a problem for just the abuser, but concern for all of us. Now that we know what drug abuse is and its impact, we can better understand the issues that lead to it being such a problem today, which Jesse will describe in the way the legal system impacts drug abuse.
Cool. Our legal system aims to protect and serve enforcement of our laws and penalties. Excuse me. When it comes to drug crime and abuse, it happens to be just the opposite. And in this case, this can be attributed to the fact that our legal system takes more of the attitude of incarceration over rehabilitation. According to a Bureau of Justice statistics released in 2010, more than 50% of Americans incarcerated are in prison and jails for drug crimes. If our goal in the legal system is simply to punish, the issue of drug abuse will never be resolved. It will continue on its upward slope. Not only is prison, or the atmosphere of prison, not conducive to rehabilitation whatsoever, it oftentimes encourages the use of drugs and addiction. In 2016, an Institute of Justice study found that more than 75% of those released drug offenders reoffend and find themselves back in prison. So some solutions we found for this would be rehabilitation over incarceration, the opposite of what we find now. For certain lesser drug crimes and for those that reoffend, as obviously the incarceration wasn't a great enough impact on them. And also another solution would be making treatment more readily available for those incarcerated and those that leave incarceration, which oftentimes we find can be very hard to receive this help, as Kole will talk about here in the treatment problems with it and possible solutions.
Thank you, Jesse. Even as great and helpful drug rehabilitation can be, it does have some problems that play a role in the success of these facilities, such as how poorly regulated and overseen some of these facilities are. Inpatient programs often advertise and promise that patients will be supervised 24 hours a day, while in practice, patients are consistently left unattended and given great freedom. This presents the opportunity for those who are still extremely vulnerable to relapse and lose all they have gained. Addiction recovery is incredibly mentally challenging, so proper oversight and supervision are extremely important to the success and recovery of an abuser. Another problem with drug rehabilitation is the accessibility to these facilities. Of more than 24 million people suffering from substance abuse issues, only 2.6 million will receive treatment in a specialized rehab facility. This is mainly due to how these facilities are able to charge outrageous rates with little accountability for the treatment success. Although there are a few problems with drug rehabilitation centers, focusing our efforts to fix these problems, such as to push for more strict oversight and accountability, and making these facilities more affordable and accessible through donations to organizations such as the Inherit Project or Phoenix House Name Couple, will greatly help in the efforts against drug abuse. Now that we know about the problems in drug rehabilitation facilities and possible solutions to these problems, we can begin to review. First, we get a little background on what drug abuse is and its impacts. Next, we talked about the issues and possible solutions on a legal level to counter abuse. And lastly, we talked about problems with treatment for drug abuse and its possible solutions. The issue of drug abuse is a rising problem that we all should be aware of, and what problems in our society contribute to it. So if you want to help deter the issue of drug abuse, some things you can do is donate to your local treatment centers, or also by voting on upcoming legislators regarding drug laws and reform. As Steve Margoli said, every time you help somebody stand up, you are helping humanity.